Starting off by choosing a body, going to limit it to a wagon because that is obviously the best type of car. This one looks good, let's go with it. Treated steel for panels, monocoque chassis and corrosion resistant steel as the material, front longitudinal engine placement, McPherson strut on the front and multilink in the back for suspension. Now the engine. Inline 6, cast iron block and a displacement of exactly 2.5 liters. Then dual overhead cam with 4 valves and aluminium for the head material, forged for the crank and con rods, cast for the pistons. Add a harmonic damper and put the weight at 3 kilograms for now. We'll come back to these once we get to tuning the engine. Going to add a turbo, just a single one, and we'll change this to standard geometry. Size I'll adjust later. Fuel system will be direct injection per cylinder. Performance mid intake manifold, and the rest we will worry about when tuning the engine. Turbo mid headers, high flow 3-way cat, and 1 baffled muffler. Now we'll start tuning the engine. Goal is 300 horsepower and good reliability. Not going to go too much into the details here, just playing around with the sliders until everything looks good and the engine meets the goals. The reason I went with the 6-cylinder is because it's the smallest number of pistons you need for a perfectly balanced engine. And turbocharged, because why wouldn't you want a turbo? Going to call that finished now. Let's do a test pull. Make the engine look nice, then move to the next section. For drivetrain, I'll go with all-wheel drive. We have 4 wheels, so why not send power to all of them? And going to go with the viscous type specifically, seems the most well-rounded. Of course, we'll go with a manual gearbox, 6-speed specifically, and we'll tune the gears later. Clutched LSD for the differentials, keeping the power split 50-50. For the tires, I will go with normal radials and medium compound. Rims I'll keep as steel, and will adjust the rest later. Then brakes. Solid disc 2 piston on the front, solid disc 1 piston on the rear. And once again, we'll adjust the sliders later. Semi-clad under tray, cooling and brake airflow will be adjusted later. Standard interior with standard CD. Hydraulic rack and pinion for the steering and just ABS for the electronic aids. Standard 2010 safety and the sliders I will come back to. Then to suspension. Standard springs, monotube dampers and passive sway bars. Going to throw on the normal preset for now. We'll adjust the suspension later as well. Now just going to fine tune everything. Again, we'll not go too much into the details to save time. Basics is that I will just adjust everything until there aren't any suggestions. That should result in a car that is balanced for everyday use. Also have to mention, one main option change I did do was changing the front brake disc from solid to vented because couldn't get the brake fade low enough with the solid disc. Okay, everything done here. Only remaining suggestion is about a few quality sliders adding to the cost, so we'll not worry about that. Now I will get to work designing the exterior and interior. Going to take a while, so just gonna skip it and come back to you once it's done. And here it is completed. Looks good if I do say so myself. Did a full interior as well. Now just have to name it. Also give a basic name to the engine. Going to export this to BMG now and test drive it. Okay, here we are in BMG Drive on the automation test track to test drive this thing. So, pulled up the revs here and nice launch. And brake for the first chicane here. There we go, then a long left-hander. So, half throttle maybe and nicely through. Then a quick left turn here into a braking zone for the hairpin here. So far this car is handling very nicely. Then the banked right turn here, brake a bit and getting a bit of understeer, but getting through it nicely, so would have needed to brake a bit more. Then a long straight here into 5th gear. Then brake a bit for this fast left-hand corner. Okay, not the best line through there, but got through without any drama. Then this weird braking zone that starts to curve at the end here. Take the curb here and then all the way to the outside there. Nice. Then brake for the other chicane here. Bit tighter than the first one. Okay, pretty decent through there. Then another long left-hander. Into a tighter right-hand corner. Okay, not the best there. Then a shorter straight into an uphill left-hand corner. Car goes a bit light there, so keep it nicely. Then into the final sharp corner here. And onto the finish line here. Okay, feels good on the track. Got no complaints. Maybe a bit of understeer, but that's understandable with the front engine 4-wheel drive layout. Now let's see how this handles a dirt road. If this is going to be the perfect car, it should handle these with no issues. The main limiting factor might be the tire compound, them being the medium compound road tires. But other than that, the 4-wheel drive system should make it good here, and I did tune the suspension to be a bit on the softer side, so it can handle the bumps. Bit of understeer in the corners here, so just need to brake enough for them and take them easy. Okay, over the crest here. Yeah, no problems. Going well here, no problems on the dirt, even on bit of a steeper hill. Okay, and there we are. I would say that's the dirt road test passed quite nicely. On to the mountain road. There's some ice and snow on the ground here. Gives a good test for the 4-wheel drive system. Handling the icy surface very well here, never feel like I'm out of control. Okay, clear of the ice and snow now. From here on, it's just a nice twisty mountain road to drive down. Handling the twisty corners here very well. Very fun to drive it. Bit of highway driving here. Cruises very nicely at 100 kph. No issues holding this speed. Finally, let's do a lap of the handling circuit. Accelerate here and get it into 2nd gear, and we will keep it pretty much there for the entire lap. Okay, downhill here into a tight left-hand corner over the crest. Another left-hander here, pretty tight, opens up a bit, then into a long right-hand corner that tightens. Like so. Nicely through there. Then another tighter left-hand corner, into a right-hand one, and into a left. Bit of a straight and into a tight left-hand corner. That keeps going. Then into a longer right-hand corner that tightens over a crest here. No problems going over that. Then tight right into a tight left. Then a bit of a straight here with a bump in the middle. Handles that nicely. Then brake into the left-hander here. And into a right-hander and left-hander. Then a tight right-hand corner here. Braked quite late into that, but still got through. And just keeps going like this. Okay. Long left-hand corner that changes tightness throughout. And there we are back onto the start straight. So yeah, would say it handles that very well as well. So there we are. With these test drives completed, I would say that this is pretty much the perfect car I set out to build.